we started the Ustream broadcast, and we'll be getting started with the show here in about 45 seconds. There she goes. Hello, Miss Gabriella.
Hey.
All right, good deal. Sorry, I was held behind a little bit, but we here.
Mm-hmm.
Got two people sitting in the call-in section, so that's good.
You sound stuffy. You got the flu?
No, I had a cold. As I was saying, I had a cold when I said they put that post.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Your show will go live in 5
all my
seconds.
videos today gonna be like that.
3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio. Welcome to Advise Show Radio, the station that brings you intense discussions about the hottest topics. Make sure you join us by calling in at 347-996-3350. Now, here are your hosts, Gabriella and The Advise Show.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Got a new show for this Wednesday night, and the topic is why people can't take rejection. Now, if my voice sounds a little weird, I've been under the weather, a little cold I've been dealing with, so forgive me of my nasal type of voice. I had to do my videos like that today, and it actually sucked. So it is what it is. Anyway, Ms. Gabriella, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Kind of stressed out with some assignments, but I'm gonna get it.
Ain't not finished with school yet?
Well, technically, no, I'm not done until the 15th because, long story short, my computer broke down and I wasn't able to finish two assignments. So, well, two classes. I still got work to do for those. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So rejection. We're gonna talk about that tonight. Rejection is something that a lot of people deal with in life, and the key to rejection is really how you handle it.
Mm-hmm.
You can be. Probably the earliest thing you can remember being rejected is probably on the playground. You're not getting picked to play a particular game for whatever the reason may be. Maybe you sucked at a particular game, and nobody wanted to really pick you, but they had to. So you was the last one being picked. Maybe it's a friend thing. You couldn't get certain friends, or maybe as you grow up, become an adult or whatever. It could be the relationship thing. You want certain females. You try your best, and some of them are ugly. They try to clown you. I mean, they can't just be nice about it, and that is kind of humiliating for a guy when a female does that. And so he got to try to fire it back off and try to find a flaw in you so he won't have his feelings hurt. I mean, most women don't know that's why guys do that to save face. But let's talk about rejection, Ms. Gabriella. When people get rejected, why some people can't take it?
I think it just has to do with having low self-esteem because if you are secure in yourself, you know that even though you may not be able to get that certain person that you want, you know that this person may not like me, but I could probably find somebody even better tomorrow. So you don't really trip over it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have that.
But when
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, but when you're not secure in yourself, you feel like that one person is just the key to your happiness. And if you can't get them, then you just feel miserable. You feel down in yourself. You start crying over that person, playing sad music and drinking all night, crying over somebody when that person probably ain't even thinking about you.
Usually they don't. They sleeping real good at night while you sitting up there worrying about them. And,
Mm-hmm.
you got to realize, in life, some people are around for a lifetime. Some people are around for a season.
Mm-hmm.
And just when those people leave your life for whatever the reason, just accept it and move on. Because, it's not for everybody to be around you 24/7 like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for you to be friends with everybody either. I'd rather be alone a lot of times than be around a crowd of people and don't know which one is the backstabber.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's a Judas everywhere. And, but some people, unfortunately, and that's bad, they can't be by themselves. They can't sit at a restaurant by themselves and eat and be happy. They can't go watch a movie by themselves and be happy. They can't take a vacation by themselves and be happy. They got to have somebody around. And if they don't have somebody around, some people have to get in perpetual relationships. I mean, they do what you call like marathon relationships. In other words, you got the one, you hurry up getting the next, and hurry up getting the next, hurry up getting the next. Like no time to yourself because you can't stand it. You don't even like the person, but you want them because they just there.
Oh, I see that all the time. Like I see people on social media jump into relationship after relationship after relationship, and they sit there and crying about how people aren't being loyal to them or how they're heartbroken all the time. But if you don't even take your time to get to know someone, what do you expect?
Exactly. My thing is, you need to get to know yourself, and if somebody don't want you, like okay, fine, then somebody else will one day. And people don't understand. A lot of people be quoting, oh God and you love God or whatever. But people don't understand, especially with God, it's three answers: yes, no, and wait. And sometimes it is no. Some people aren't meant for you to be around, and you can't understand it. You think they'll be great for you to be around, but no, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not for you to be the likable guy or the likable woman on a job. People could be jealous of you because you actually do your job, and they see you as a threat and all this other stuff. So of course they're not gonna like you, and it's actually good when everybody don't like you, because the most successful people I've ever seen didn't have a bunch of friends.
Exactly. Because if you have a bunch of friends, a lot of the time, you don't really have any time to get some work done. And a lot of people a lot of successful people that I know, just like you said, they usually just keep to themselves. I mean, they have a handful of friends, but the kind of people, usually unsuccessful people are the ones that have their phone blowing up all the time. They're always going out. They're always going places, but they never get anything done.
Exactly. Because you can't be a crowd pleaser and a smart worker at the same time. It's just not going to work. And, you get to a certain point, you want to surround yourself with certain kind of people, too, that think like you. So, you very selective on who your friends are and who you get a relationship with. Now, want to make sure you put this out here for those on Ustream and everything and Blog Talk Radio. The number is 347-996-3350, and press the 1 button. Now, we got some people on the line. We got, you give me that blue indicator, I'm going to answer you. So, the first call we got here is area code 585. You on the show?
Hey, what's up, brother?
What is up, brother? What's your name?
My name is John.
All right, John. What's on your mind about rejection?
Well, about rejection, I think it ties into your last show about women wanting bad boys, so they reject the good people.
Mm-hmm. That's one form of rejection.
So when a good guy is rejected, he starts to really feel like he's not good enough, so he has to maybe become another person.
Mhm.
Well, let me ask you a question.
And then...
Well, let me ask you a question. Why do you think the good guy has to base his self-esteem off of acceptance of women?
Well, it could be a lot of different things. Maybe it's maybe his relationship with his parents. Maybe they weren't around, or he didn't have a lot of friends in school, or maybe it's something as simple as he's just needy.
Yes, they do have some needy guys.
Like
I'm glad you said that.
Where they need attention.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be depressed because I was getting rejected all the time.
So what? So okay. What changed that?
I actually took some time to get to know myself instead of relying on the other people to tell me who I was.
Mhm.
Okay. Once you got to know yourself, how did you approach women after that?
I knew what I wanted. I was looking for someone that was of stable mind, someone who accepted me for who I was, and I actually found a good girl. You have to take some time to know yourself before you can expect anyone else to really get to know you.
See, let me tell you a trap a lot of nice guys get into. And, a situation with Elliot Rodger is an extreme case. But they get this attitude like they're entitled to a certain type of woman because they're not a criminal. And just because you're a nice dude and you don't commit crimes, all this other stuff, doesn't entitle you to nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because women, they are attracted, a lot of times to, your personality too. And, if you can't hold a conversation with them, if you aren't, confident enough with them, if, I tell any guy, if you can make them laugh, like, if you good at, I'm not talking about telling lame jokes. I mean, just being natural with it. I mean, that's the easiest way for them to get relaxed with you, just to, just easily make them laugh about something. Something small. It has to be nothing great. But the one guy told me that everybody can make somebody laugh. But, I don't know what to tell you about that one. But, it's, I think, like I said, at one point in time in my life, I've had girls and women reject me. And, yes, I understand it does hurt your feelings when you're young because you don't understand it. You don't know, like, what's wrong with you, all this other stuff. But when you get the attitude, like, man, forget her. I'll get somebody. And some guys, too, they try to get women out of their league, too. It's like in certain stages in your life, there's certain women you can get. Like, for instance, you can't get a woman that's used to ball players, type of female when you don't even make that kind of money. That's what I'm saying. Some of these nice guys step out their league. Why can't you get somebody within your level? Like a woman that's dealing with the same problems you're dealing with. Struggling or whatever you got going on. You in college, you this, you that. Find somebody. I think you should find somebody at your level.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know.
When I was going through the depression, my depression, I was, I tried the bad boy thing, and it just made everyone dislike me,
Because it wasn't you. I mean, you was
Exactly.
perpetrating a fraud. That's what you were doing.
I believe in karma. If you do bad things will happen to you. So when I was doing bad things, nothing good was going on,
The sauce.
So when I sat back and looked at myself and I said, I need to change. I need to know myself and I need to do good things and help people. Eventually it came around and I got this great girl. I got my life ahead of me,
Well, let me ask you a question. When you was getting rejected, were you shooting for girls that wasn't on your level, per se?
Generally, it was girls that were, I don't want to say below me because, no one's really below anybody. But
No, they're not.
it was usually girls that, the town whore, I guess.
Okay. All right. But see, sometimes guys don't realize, like when it comes to women rejecting you and stuff like that, you got to figure out what it is. And a lot of times, the best way to figure it out is to have one good female friend. And I mean a female friend that you don't touch. I mean, because you ruin a relationship if you touch her, okay? And ask her, like, listen, what is it about me? Because I'm just having problems with women. What is it about me that's, like, in your opinion, that's really, like, preventing me from getting somebody? And if she's your good friend, she'll point it out. She'll say, look, from a woman's standpoint, it could be this. It could be the way you dress. It's the way you come across. It could be this. And you know what I'm saying? So I tell guys it's always good to have a female friend. Just to tell you, from a woman's point of view. Just like I think a woman need to have a man's friend that she's not touching or nothing like that. Just to give opinions from a man's point of view.
One of my best friends in the entire world, she's a woman. And, it's my girlfriend, but she doesn't hesitate to point out when I'm being an idiot.
And that's good. She should point that out so you can make it. So, a person that you with supposed to make you better. They're not supposed to make you worse. If somebody's making you worse, if you get involved with a woman and she's making your life worse than when you met her, you need to cut her loose. But if this woman making your life better and every day she's making your life better, that's probably one you need to consider marrying. Because you don't get too many of them trying to make you better.
When you're surrounding yourself with negativity, you're just inviting negativity.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
So you look for the good things, like, who's not rejecting you?
Well, it's not about who rejecting you. For me, it's how you take it. Like if somebody don't like, for instance, somebody can reject you at a job. They don't want to hire you. It can make you get down. I remember this one job I was supposed to. I went through the interview and everything. I took the test, and this job was gonna pay like $27.60 an hour. I wanted that job bad, and I did the interview. They liked me on the interview and everything, and I had the experience on my resume, and they liked me. I got interviewed by 3 different people, and I was answering every question like a pro. And I was shocked I didn't get that job. Why didn't I get that job? Well, it just wasn't meant for me to have. That's how I take it. So when I did get this other job, it worked out perfect for me. Versus if I would have got that job making that, particular pay. So, I mean, sometimes when people reject you, that's not a bad thing. Sometimes it's a good thing.
Yeah. It invites self-reflection.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, John, I got some other calls I want to move to, but I'm going to put you on mute, okay?
All right, brother.
All right, thank you for calling.
Yep.
All right, Ms. Gary, really want to add anything before I get to the next call?
I mean, I kind of wanted to talk about Elliot Rogers, but
Oh, I'm not going to go too much into Elliot Rogers on this show
that.
because I did my video. I want to talk my video on the show. But, I mean, you can talk about Elliot Rogers all you want. I'm not going to stop you, but I'm going to keep my mouth shut to a point about that one. But,
all right, I guess we're going to have to wait until the next caller. I don't know. It's on you.
Okay. All right, next call. 817, you on the show.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, is this Phil? From the Advice Show?
This is him. What's your name?
Man, I just want to, my name is Valentine. I'm from Dallas.
All right, Dallas, Texas. Good deal. Good. How's the weather up there?
It's pretty good.
It's not raining up there?
Man, the weather gets on and off, so I don't really know what to think about that. It's like 80 one day and then it's raining the other.
So what's on your mind, Valentine?
Well, I just want to say that I'm a big fan of your YouTube channel. I watched a lot of your videos, and I'm 21 years old, right?
Uh-huh.
So
good age.
And I'm a young cat. Huh?
Good age.
Yeah. And I know you and the other host didn't want to talk about it, but I just wanted to say this about Elliot Rogers, if you don't mind.
You can talk about Elliot Rogers. Y'all can talk about Elliot Rogers all you want. I'm gonna hold my opinion about him to a point, but go ahead.
Well, I don't want to say condoning or condemning, but I think it's sad that people in my age group are doing stupid things over women, and it's not that serious like you were saying on Facebook. There's no need to go to such desperate things.
It's not. Miss Gabrielle, you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, because I saw his video, and it just came off really weird. Like he was so desperate to get a girl, and he was complaining about how, I'm not sure if you've seen the video or not, but there was a video where he was just standing in front of a camera speaking on how he was upset about why women wouldn't talk to him, and he was saying, I'm a good-looking guy. Why is it that women won't talk to me? And I don't think he was ugly at all. I just think it's the way that he just kind of had this creepy vibe. Like, he kind of had this vibe like he looks like somebody who would date rape somebody. Because that's just how he came off. Like, he came off like he just was desperately trying to get someone. And when you give off that desperate vibe, that's what turns people away. Because when you actually take time to focus on yourself and you're not really giving off that thirsty energy, like you just have to have a woman, that's when people are most attracted to you.
Yeah, the way I see it, like I think it has something to do with his parents, like the parenting skills. I don't know if you would agree with that, guys, or not.
Well, I don't. Well, he a grown doggone man. I mean, once you become a grown man, you can't blame your parents no more. I'm a firm believer of that. When people get into, my parents, man, look, man, your parents, a lot of people have a hard life in this country, okay? A lot of people go through problems, turmoil, loss, everything. It doesn't give an excuse for you to turn into a murderous thug. That's my opinion. I don't care who you are.
Well, I'm not talking about to blame him. I'm just saying how they raised him, and did he have any morals and stuff like that, like you talk about.
Well, I'm pretty sure, like I said, I'm pretty sure his parents tried their best. I'm a parent,
right?
And you do want to give your kids the best that you can afford. I mean, you don't want to have them, living in a bad neighborhood and not with the right things and all this other stuff. You don't want to do that as a parent. So I'm pretty sure they wanted the best for him. But unfortunately, the bad part, this is the bad side. When you give your kids too much, they get to a point where they don't appreciate anything versus, let's say, maybe you come up from nothing and you work for everything so you appreciate it, and then they get spoiled, very, very spoiled, and they think the world owes them something, and they get entitlement issues that in this world, nobody owe you nothing for unless what you work for. That's it. Nobody owe you a dime. Nobody owe you a place to stay. Nobody owe you food, shelter, nothing. If you don't get it by the sweat of your brow, you don't have it.
Right. Well, let me ask you this then. Just a personal question. You think I got some common sense for a 20-year-old, Mr. Advice?
I cannot answer that question accurately by speaking to you for a few minutes. I'm not saying, but I would assume you sound like you got common sense, but I don't know you like that to have an accurate. Now, we hung around each other for a few days, then I say, okay, I can tell you then.
Yeah. But I just want to also say this. I mean, I think the way I look at that tragedy, not to comment anything, just to say that the solution, or maybe just the way to view it as, people walking down the street, y'all need to, or smile at that person, talk to them, give them a compliment, something, because that could make a difference. Because what if they're having a bad day?
Yeah, in a happy world, maybe that would happen. But let's be realistic. If you see somebody walk up to you, smiling at you like the joke, you're like, who is that weirdo?
That's why I don't be smiling at people like that. That just is weird. I mean, sometimes being someone's friend could help. But there are some cases where there's just some people that need a little bit more than a smile and a nice gesture. Like in this case, the Elliot Rodgers case, I'm sure that he had some mental issues that needed to be addressed because he didn't sound like he was all the way there. So there's just some people.
Have you read his manifesto?
Yeah, I did.
I haven't had a chance to, but I did see the news clips and the videos and everything else.
Well, like I say, if you ever read the manifesto, he had a lot of issues going on that I did address in my video I'm gonna put up later on tonight, and that the media is not telling about him. So I address that, and of course I address the media as well in my video because I have an issue with the media more than actually Elliot Rodger. So in the way they cover those kind of stories. So. When it comes to Elliot Rodger, I mean, just point blank, I don't feel sorry for him. He's not a victim, and the people who's a victim is the people he murdered and wounded. That's the people I feel my heart goes out to, not to him, because the video he posted before he did that and the laugh he was giving sounded like an evil villain. So I have no sympathy for him whatsoever. There's plenty of guys in America getting rejected by women every day. If that's the case, I'm going to be Elliot Rodger because I got rejected too. I mean, it's no excuse. I'm sorry. You figure out what's wrong, get back out there in the dating pool. It's not that hard to get females these days. I don't know how many times I keep saying that. In the age of the internet and thirsty women, come on now.
It's not.
These women are thirsty.
Can I say something?
Sure.
You got any advice for me or any questions you want to ask me? Because I like to think I'm a knowledgeable person, so I just want to see if I get any good conversation going.
Unless you want to ask me a question, because I'm kind of blank, buddy.
Oh man. So you don't think like treating people good is like if we live in a world where we can't trust strangers, wouldn't that make things worse off? To not believe
we do live in a world where we can't trust strangers. I don't trust the people I don't know. Now if I get to know you, that's different. But I'm not gonna walk up to somebody strange. Well, it depends on where I'm at. Okay, we live, especially a little bit further down south. Houston. You go further east. Where I'm, from Port Arthur. You'll walk up to strange people and say good morning and smile at them. That's normal. But if you go somewhere like California and do that, people gonna look at you like you're crazy. You go to New York, they definitely probably cuss you out. You know what I'm saying?
Fact,
So
down here, up north, people, we usually, I mean, it depends because I'm not really up north. I'm kind of on the East Coast. But at the same time, the further north you get, the more people are used to being standoffish and cold. So, I mean, in the South, depending on where you are, people are more friendly, but part of life is just understanding that we don't live in a perfect world where everybody's going to smile and be nice to you, because I know we're talking about rejection in relationships, but sometimes it can be hard to make friends.
Yeah.
And I think for about the first 2 years, like the first year and a half that I was in North Carolina, I didn't really have any friends. And that's just, I mean, that's what happens when you move to a different area. Am I supposed to sit there and kill people because nobody wants to hang out with me? No. You just have to understand that I mean, some people are going to reject you, and you don't have to. And also, I've seen people go to any length to get people to accept them because they are just so scared of people rejecting them that they'll fall into any type of peer pressure, especially when, I mean, from what I've seen, it's usually children that are second generation immigrants, or their parents came here from a different country and they were raised here, and a lot of the times they're so, like, they want to be accepted by their American peers so badly that they will do anything. They'll do drugs, skip school, whatever, just so they can get somebody to pay attention to them. And it's sad. And that goes back to being secure in yourself. Because if you really loved yourself and respected yourself, you wouldn't do all that, because you know that's not necessary.
To answer your question?
Right. Well, let me just ask one last thing, and then I'll let you guys go. Mr. Advise, or Phil, man to man, personally, like if you give me some advice, how should I handle rejection?
How you should handle rejection was from a woman?
Yeah, man to man advice.
Shoot, move on and go talk to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Just keep moving, huh?
Just keep moving.
Yeah.
I got a video on my channel
All right.
called you check it out. It's called Thousands of Pretty Faces Why You Tripping on Just One. You need to check that video out.
Oh, I think I need to check that. I've seen what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, so watch it again or whatever. There's too many of them you could talk to worrying about that one female. She say no, okay, it's no, and move on. Don't even worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
You sitting there losing sleep over something. I'm sorry, but
Right.
while you losing sleep over that one girl, she probably out on a date with the next one. So that's just how you have to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
And this is coming from somebody who has been rejected before, several times. But I know that you just have to dust yourself off and keep going. There's no need, because if you sit there and cry over somebody, all you're doing is wasting your own time.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's a pleasure talking to both of you. And Phil, I appreciate the work you're doing.
All right, man. I appreciate you calling in, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good evening. I'll put you back on mute.
You too, man.
All right. All right, Miss Gabrielle. Let me move on to the next call. All right. One of my Houston area people. What's going on? 832.
Hey, what's going on, Phil?
What's up, man? Who is this?
This is Chad. I'm from Houston as well.
Okay.
I just want to tell you something. And first of all, I watch every video on your channel. I'm
I
a
apologize.
big fan, and I want to thank you and for re-educating me on what the world's going on today. Just want to let you know that, first of all.
Okay.
So
Wait, hold on. But before you keep going, I said that first. I apologize just in case, because sometimes some of my videos get everybody the wrong way. So I said I apologize ahead of time. But it is what it is. But like I said, man, look, we just put some stuff out here. You know what I'm saying? The world is just not what it used to be, and even on this radio show, we try to bring topics up as relevant, and trying to keep a good show going, and so we definitely appreciate everybody that call, man. Yeah, because y'all bring stuff to the table too. It's not just me. I mean, this is a everybody platform, and everybody contributes. All these news stories I put up, I'm gonna say 98% of them people send to me, or send me information. So everybody contributes to what's going on over here. So.
Oh, yeah.
So what's on your mind?
Yeah. Well, I do have a question. I mean, okay, my rejection is, I haven't been in a relationship in 3.5 years.
Okay.
And I've been on dates.
Uh-huh.
I've been on dates a lot. And the one thing I cannot stand is for a woman to tell me, or not tell me, I'm sorry, for not telling me, just saying, say, hey, I appreciate your time. You sound like a good young man. You're sweet. You're kind, and which I am, because I don't disintegrate no one. I'm not mean. I'm not like these guys who are jerks who I see on the radio who cheat on everything. But the one thing I do not like is when they come up and say, or not say, well, I'm sorry, you're not my type. I think we should move on and be friends or something else. That is the one thing I cannot stand. Is the
Why?
rejection telling me,
Why?
Sometimes
I'm
that
sorry?
Let me ask you a
happens.
question. Let me ask you a question.
Happen.
Well, hold on, Mr.
yes, sir,
Gabriella.
go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. Would you rather her play with you and take your money and have you take her places, give her stuff, make her think y'all in a relationship when the whole time she not even feeling you like that? Wouldn't you rather her be honest and say, I'm not feeling you and let's just go ahead and move on? Wouldn't you rather that? Because they got women that can play with you like that. And
I'd rather her not.
You rather her not what?
I'd rather her tell me the truth than me being played on. Because the thing
Okay.
about that is, because the thing of it is if you don't tell me or something like that, and just in the long run hurt me like that, that's just going to put me downhill. Because I'm not here to waste time. I'm here to
I agree.
find someone, get on my feet. Go ahead. What you got to say?
But like, when you on these dates, do you read their body language? Do you feel they vibe? Like kind of how they coming across to you? Are they standoffish? Are they kind of too quiet? Or are they paying attention to their phone too much and not you? I mean, what you're not catching on some things they're doing?
It's either that or they just not telling me something straight from their mind. I mean, I don't know what their vibes are. I can't even feel.
I mean,
their
do they look
vibe
interested when
from,
like think about the last few dates you went on? How many of them have picked up their cell
Okay.
phones on the date and text?
They have not since a couple of days. They haven't done that.
Okay, the dates. Okay, what like have they been standoffish? I mean, kind of like not saying much or kind of don't look as interested.
Yeah,
Because when a woman's
Yeah,
interested
they're
in
not
you, you could talk about
yeah.
ants on the ground and she'll smile about it. Think it's the greatest thing ever when she
Okay.
interested. When she's not interested, she's like, oh God, like that. I'm gonna eat this meal
No,
and
no,
I'm
no.
gonna
She
move on
wasn't
about my
like
business.
like that. No, she wasn't like that. But more
Well,
like
some of them have
just like
tact.
this.
Some
I'm
of them have
sorry?
tact. Some of them have tact with it. They'll be nice and eat the free meal. But I mean, Miss Gabriella, you could talk to him from a woman's
That's
point of
messed
view.
up. I mean, I actually stopped being in the dating game myself because I used to deal with almost the same problem that you would deal with, except it would be, I mean, from a female perspective, they would act like they were interested, but sometimes you can tell through the amount of contact that you get afterwards whether they're interested in you or not. Because if you're texting them and they're always got some excuse to like, oh, I'm busy. Oh, I have a lot of stuff. Like you text them and you don't hear back from them in a week, and then they text you back like, oh, I've been busy at work and blah blah blah. If they were really interested in you, they would make time. And sometimes you just have to just understand that, hey, this one isn't interested, and let it go, rather than be all caught up in somebody who really isn't that interested. Because that's what happens, especially when you're out on these dating sites and you're going on all these different dates. A lot of the times, especially when it comes to free dating sites and things like that, a lot of those people are just looking for somebody to hang out with and have a good time. A lot of people aren't really interested in a serious relationship. So sometimes you just have to understand that you're not always going to get closure. You're not always going to have someone say, I'm not interested in you. Sometimes you just have to figure it out on your own. And don't even take it personal.
Well,
There's always someone else.
One thing I always did was like if you're in that situation, if you're in that mindset, you want a serious relationship. And you're like when you before I spend money, I'm gonna ask, hey, I mean like what are you looking for? I mean, you looking for a relationship? What are you looking for? You looking just to date? What? And based off the answer to that question is what I would choose to do. Now, if you say, nah, I'm just dating, I'm not trying to get serious, and I want to be serious, then no, it ain't happening. Because I'm not about to waste my time with somebody that just want to just serial date. And that's fine, that's what you want to do. But if you're at that point, you got to let them know from the start, I'm looking for a serious relationship that can hopefully, maybe one day, turn into a family. That's what I'm looking for. If you're not on that, I can't talk to you. That way you don't even waste your time.
That's a good point. That's a very good point, so I like that, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to look at it on the bright side of things, So I think I'll take that consideration.
Got to, man, because why? Think about it. If you told her that, y'all talking on text message, whatever, and she told you she ain't looking for a serious relationship, guess what? You just save gas and money. on food. So man, you good. And you could have done that with somebody else that actually wanted what you wanted.
Mhm.
Exactly. I agree. And the thing of it is I'm a nice guy. I'm a giving guy, but I'm trying to learn from myself because I've been cute. I mean, I got this in the past. I've been too giving, and that get me a lot of trouble for being too giving.
Sure it
Because the
does.
more I give back, the more I don't get received back. So you know what I say this is equal them out. Pros and the cons, balance it out. So that way I don't have to do is give out so much. So now that you give me advice, from both y'all, I'm gonna put that in consideration and remember that next time.
Well, I'm
So I
curious. What
appreciate
have you
that.
been given?
Sorry.
I'm curious now. What you been given?
I give a lot. I
Give me an example.
back like a lot. I'll give you an example. Okay. All right. One day, this is called about a couple years ago. I was dating this girl, and I was spoiling her to death. And I mean, like, literally.
Wait a minute. Let's stop. How long?
Wait a minute.
Wait. Hold on. How long were you dating her before you start opening that wallet?
I was dating her for about 3 months.
Oh no. No.
That's way too soon because she gonna start viewing you as just a.
Miss Gabriella, hold on. Miss Gabriella, tell him how that works with women.
Because the thing
Sure,
is,
please.
with the way that women see it, especially when you starting to come out your wallet for someone who really hasn't even done anything for you, she's just gonna view you as she's gonna look at you kind of as a trick. She's gonna see you as, oh, I know I can. Like there was this video that these African girls had put out, and they were just interviewing girls, and they were talking about like having multiple boyfriends and things like that. And one girl had this guy saved on her phone as expenses. That was his contact name. And if you start giving her gifts and paying bills and things, that's what she gonna have your number saved as expenses or get my bill paid or something silly like that, because that's how she's gonna look at you. She's not gonna take you seriously. Because usually the funny thing about women is the ones that, like, if you don't give her anything and you kind of cool about it, especially when you're getting to know someone, and if you just cool with it and you're not trying to come out your wallet and pay bills and stuff like that, that's usually when the girl will be more interested in you. But when you're always thirsty, always texting her good morning and texting her all day long and giving her all these gifts and doing all these things, when she hasn't really deserved it, she's going to look at you as somebody she can walk all over. She would never think of you as somebody that she can be serious with. And I'm not saying that you have to be a jerk, but you can't be too giving in the beginning either. And that goes for women too. Yeah. There's women that will cook and clean and wash clothes and everything else, and she's only been with the guy for a couple months. He's not going to take you seriously.
Okay, I see what you mean.
So what's the most expensive thing you gave her?
I would have to say, and this is my fault, and things happen for a reason, but I gave her a $500 necklace ring. That was the most expensive thing I would say I give her. And
did you pay car?
Yeah,
did you pay a car note?
Oh no, hell no.
Cell phone bill?
No, sir.
Okay, but you gave her $500. Let me tell you something. You don't start giving $500 necklaces unless this woman your wife, or y'all in an extremely committed relationship, and she's giving you stuff, and she's a good woman. She's proven herself to be a good woman, and she got that kind of leeway with you. But in the beginning, no. But see, any real woman don't want that from you, because you're like, I got my own stuff. I don't need nothing from you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to get to know you as a person.
Right. Well, that was my mistake from a couple of years ago.
Wait, man, it happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we all made mistakes.
Does.
You know what I'm saying? At least you accept it. You learn from it. You move on. I mean, it's I say it's no big deal.
That's right.
Man.
Yeah, but that's kind of why the mindset is not to go be too giving. And I like what Gabriella said. I'm very giving, and I'm trying to learn is to equal it out, so that way I won't have to be so giving back to someone else. So that's just what it is.
Yeah, man, they got decent women all over the place, man, and you just gotta just find that right one for you, bro.
I know. And I definitely, and this is your words that you always send these videos, I do not want to date a hood rat. Hell no.
Don't do it.
Do not want. I ain't doing that.
And hood rat is not a color. Hood rat comes in all shapes, sizes, and skin tones. So hood rat is a low class female. That's it. That's all she is. And you don't want a low class female. You want you a woman, not no
class,
hood rat.
low class female. I'm sorry, but I don't date those kind of females. I like someone who has class and respect and know what they want in their future. So.
And that's the only type of woman you should go after. Don't accept nothing less than that.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Exactly.
Well, I appreciate you calling. I got to get some more calls, and so I'm going to go ahead and put you on mute.
No problem, man. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Stay dry, because you're supposed to rain tomorrow.
Oh, I will, man. Don't worry.
All right, Ms. Gabriella, let's go to the next call. Area code 727, you on the show.
Hey, what's going on, Apostle?
All right, what's going on? Who this?
It's JM, man. Like, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute. What's on your mind?
Well, it's about the show topic, rejection, and I just feel like, I've been rejected, but I just know when to chalk it up and move on, but some people, just don't know when to take it, you know what I mean? Some people are like a time bomb, you don't know, like, I told this one person, look, I appreciate you, like, talking to me, like, you want to, always want, it's just, everybody's going through rejection in life, you just gotta admit that, like, some people just don't know when to let it go.
Yeah, it's really, rejection is part of life. Just mostly how you deal with it. That's most so, the thing. Sometimes it could hurt, but you got to move on. That's gonna give you another layer of skin to make you more tough. So when you go through things like that. Is there anything else you want to add?
The modern day emotional female, the modern day emotional male. That's what Elliot Rodgers reminded me of.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I'm saying he did at least. I'm saying he does. But yeah, he was something else. Like I said, I'm not trying to go too much into Elliot Rodgers, but anybody else can discuss him. Ms. Gabrielle can discuss him, but I don't want to discuss my video because nobody will watch it. So I discuss it here on the show. So, but anyway, if you ain't got nothing else to add, I'll move on to the next call, buddy. All right, let's see here. Hold on. Come on, Blog Talk Radio. You tripping. We have area code 404. You on the show.
Hello?
Hello?
Me?
You're speaking.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry?
Oh, because I didn't know you were talking to me.
Yeah. Oh, that's
I
fine.
just have a couple of questions.
Ask away.
I watch your YouTube all the time. I am Bulliette. I watch it all the time. You responded today, actually.
I did. What's your name?
Bulliette. The Bulliette.
Okay.
It's a picture. It's the avatar of the pit bull. But listen, you think $500 in 3 months is too much?
Yep.
Money?
Yep.
Why?
Yeah. Why?
That's
We ain't married. We ain't engaged. I ain't giving you $500 for what? What you gave me, that's $500. Now, if you gave me something that's worth $500, then I would feel, oh yeah, I need to give her something. Look what she did for me too. I mean, we go Dutch all the way until we get to that point. We in a serious relationship. 3 months is not a long time. It takes at least 6 months to get to know a person. At least 6 months for the fake stuff to wear off.
Exactly. Like, I could see if you were engaged to that person, you were getting ready to get married. I mean, hey, it depends. It depends. I mean, to each their own. But I say to each their own, because I'm not the one who would actually be the first one to jump in the bed either. So it depends on what, it depends on your standards and what you want.
But 3 months, 90 days, $500. That's dinner, movie, come to see, going out, going here, going there.
No. We're talking about, like, that was a gift.
That was a gift.
a $500 gift. We're not talking about $500 being spent over the course of 3 months. I don't know anybody who's actually going to sit there with a pen and paper and tally stuff like that. But as for dropping $500 on one person, it's that's
a gift.
a bit much.
And doggone it, we just getting
Philip
started.
And Gabriella and your guys, since you guys been alive, since you guys been on the dating scene, you have never, Philip, given anyone $500. Gabrielle, you never accepted it for anything, any type of hole you've been in, any type of situation. $500 is not 5,000.
No, I haven't, because my thing is I don't even sleep with people that I date. So it's like, why would I? I mean, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that there's certain parts of yourself that you shouldn't give right away. And you don't, after 3 months, do you really know if you're going to be with that person long term? So why would you? I mean, if you feel comfortable with accepting $500, that's cool. To each their own. But it really just depends on.
I have it now, but there has been. I'm almost 50, but there's been times where I've been in a jam. I'm seeing someone, and I needed $500 or $600, or can you help me with my rent? It has been those times.
I mean, hey, if it's give and take, like if you're dating someone.
Why does it have to be give and take?
Because it can't be take. It can't be take. It got to be get. Look, let me tell you something. I have no issue if you having a problem.
Why can't it be $500?
Hold on, sister. Okay. Hold on. Let me answer you. If you in a bag and you say, listen, my check got messed up, or my check is short, I'm short rent $500, but I'll pay you back this day, and I know you good for it. I'm cool. Because I giving you the money to spot you, and you give my money back. But for me just to say, here's $500, and I've just met you, man, I don't know what you own. I don't even know if you got some other dudes on the team. I don't know. I know nothing in 3 months about you like that.
Why? Why don't you know a person well enough to know if they're trustworthy?
How are you going to know somebody well enough in 3 months?
I don't even call people friends after 3 months.
It takes me, like you told the guy that if he thought that he was, did he have common sense? You said it'll take you a couple days. You have the intellect to know that. So you can read people and pick people. It doesn't take 3 months.
Let me tell you something. When it comes to your intentions, common sense is one thing. Your intentions is another. Because people mask their intentions. They hide them. They got ulterior motives and all this other stuff. And let me tell you something. One of the worst things you want to do with a man is like in the words of the great big worm, playing with my money is like playing with my emotions. And most men feel that way. So that's one thing I wouldn't even touch with.
So you think if a person's in a situation and they need to borrow $500 from someone they knew for 3 months, don't ask them for that money?
I wouldn't feel comfortable asking a woman for $500 and I just met her. I go ask my father. I go ask my brother, my sister, my family.
Okay, what about your sister? What about a female asking a male?
Family member?
Okay, let me ask you this, Philip. Do you think for $500 a female should have sex with a man?
You don't have.
No, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about sex.
We're not talking about sex at all. But it's just like I wouldn't even call someone a friend after 6 months. Like I have to really, really know you and know that you're there for me and know I can trust you before I would even feel comfortable. And I mean, I've loaned friends money before. I have no problem with that. But that's after I've known them for a while and I know that they're really there for me. Because I've had time, I mean, even recently, just recently, I had somebody that I was becoming friends with. And, we would talk every single day and things seemed like things were going great. And then out of the blue, they sent me an email talking about how they don't feel like they don't want to talk to me anymore because their whole purpose of talking to me was to make some other girl jealous, and it was to and they wanted me to introduce me to some of my female friends so that he could start messing with them too. So you never really know someone's intentions until a certain amount of time. That's why I don't feel comfortable with taking or asking for money or giving money out to somebody until I really know what they're at, like, what they're really on. Because you can't really, maybe you can tell after 3 months. Maybe, depending on how much time you spend with that person, maybe you might know. But in a lot of cases, you don't.
And that's the thing.
So,
Let me ask something else. Guys is a lot easier to read than women are, because guys don't lie very well. They just don't. So I could believe a woman saying she could read you in about a short amount of time, but a guy actually reading a woman, unless he's been real schooled, by some dudes that's deep in the game, and he's schooled by a lot of women to teach, him like how they lie and how they do this and how they do that. The average guy not gonna pick up on it. So now this is the thing I want to ask you. You added the sex thing. Now, yeah, some guys will give you $500.
The only reason I did is because it seems like it has to be a give and take situation in the world we live in.
No, we're not talking about physical.
No, she brought it up, so I'm about to speak on it. She brought it up. Yeah, I know a lot of guys who on there like, I help you out, but you gotta do something for me.
Right.
And in this world, nothing is for free. Point blank. When you borrow money from the bank, what they want? Interest. Credit card, interest. Everybody wants something back in return. So you used to that every single day.
Is that the answer to go around like robots? Like the guy called and said, shouldn't you just go around just saying hey and speaking to people? I think that's true. I think you can't worry about, no, I'm not doing that because that person might not, it won't even affect them, or that person might not be having a good day no matter what you say. I think that you say, hey, I like your shirt, I like your hair, I like your shoes. Now you're out of it. You did your part. Now if that person accepts it or not is on them. But you did your part to try to make them feel better.
And if you feel that conviction, go ahead and do it. God bless you. I'm not mad.
Hey, that's why I said.
But when it comes to money,
each their own.
Let me tell you something. What you talking about, smiles and money, is two different things. Smiles is free. Money don't come like that every day. It ain't just free.
$5 is a lot of money. It depends on the relationship. That's why, because you never really know. And I'm not even talking about sex. I'm talking about give and take, as in, if that person was in a jam too, would you be able to help them out?
Yeah.
And, it's not even. It doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be money. It could actually just be being a shoulder to cry on. Or somebody that they can really trust, or who's going to be there for them. Sure. So that's why I'm saying it's not always about, but it has to be give and take, not just one person always taking. You have to have something to offer too. And maybe you might not be able to give him that $500 back, but then you can give him your heart, and you can really be down for him when he needs you. And so that's what I'm saying when I mean give and take. It's not always just like take. It's not always like, oh, can I get $500? Can I get this? Can I get that? Can I get this? Can I get that? Because that kind of relationship wouldn't work.
No, you're right. It wouldn't work. But he gave her $500 as a gift, right? That's what he said, right?
Yeah, no, but he didn't get nothing back in return.
Get nothing back like what?
My thing is this: I can't comfortably if like I said, when I was dating my wife do something nice for me. Okay, we was dating. I couldn't just comfortably just take and not want to do something nice back in return and try to top it. That's me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it's okay to accept it if your heart's in the right place and you're gonna do something nice for them. Maybe you can't give back $500. We say, you know what? I ain't got the money, but this is what I'm gonna do. I'm a cook for him for the next 30 days.
Right.
And cook good meals.
So do you think that lady did not do anything for that $500? You think he just gave it to her?
Well, you know what? He explained that from just off of what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? You know what? Hold on. That's not speculate. I'm not going to speculate.
Okay.
Hey, man.
Okay.
From the Houston area, you still on?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay, good. We talking about you. When you gave the necklace of $500, did she?
I hear you. I hear all the conversation.
Okay, did she do anything back in return?
Or did she do something before?
Wait. Let him answer.
Okay.
What did she do?
She did not give nothing in return.
All right. That's the point I was trying to make.
She did
right
not
there.
give nothing.
Ask him something else.
You brought up the $500. I got the man on the line. He's telling you.
Did she do something before?
In return,
Right. Okay.
she did not give nothing in return to me. Is because the fact that she felt like, well, I give him her a $500 necklace ring, but in return, you know what? I'd rather be pampered than give something and receive it back to me. That's how she felt.
Yep.
So that is why she did that. So that was all that reason. That was all.
Okay, can I ask you something?
And wait a minute,
Why
what
did
happened to
you give her a
Beyonce?
$500
Independent
necklace?
women. All the ladies throw your hands up at me. What happened to that?
You can't throw that song into this
You're the
conversation.
host. Go ahead. Say something.
I'm just saying, it's just like women always saying they independent, they don't need a man, they don't need nothing from us, but when it comes to that dollar, that's when the talk start talking.
What's wrong with that? I mean,
What's wrong with
it's
it?
like we can go out here. Listen,
What's
we can
wrong
go
with
out
it?
here, we
But
can
let a
work,
man
we can
ask
pay
you to
our own
let a
phone
man
bill.
ask you to cook a meal. There's something wrong with that.
No problem.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. Not one
No
bit.
problem.
No, I'm talking about these
So when
these
you
females
gave
today.
her
They
this
get mad if you ask them to cook.
Hey, does she have a question to ask me, or does she hang
Yeah,
up?
I do. I know I didn't hang up. When you
Okay,
gave
all
her
right,
this
okay.
$500 necklace ring, why did you give that to her? Why? What was going on before? Why did you give her that?
Why did I give her that? Because I have a good heart. Because I know my heart. I'm a good, caring person. That's the thing that people don't have to understand. I love to give back because that's where my heart is. If this person is really special enough to me and I know her very much, I give her that. That's just me. I was young, and this was like a couple years ago. This was when I was a little bit younger. By the way, this, for my record, I'm 26. This is when I was 24 years old. I was young and
Oh, okay.
yes. So there's
Basically, he was like, every guy has done that.
Maybe now I can clear that up with my age instead of just telling y'all be like, oh, maybe you're 34 years old or other. No, was 24 years old, and that was happening when I did that. So.
No, the reason I said, okay, because at 24, it's like, it's not the end of relationships. It probably won't work at 24.
It's not.
So, but if you're 34 and 44, now you're more in a committed mind frame, right?
Okay. All right, so what do you want to tell me? Like, I don't understand. Like, all I did was give her $500. She did not give nothing back. That is
that's the reason why I brought you on. I brought you on to clarify. Did she give you something back for it? That was the purpose of me bringing you back on.
Were you expecting something back? What exactly were you expecting back? A relationship with her? A $500 gift?
I was expecting something better, but she didn't. So, I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing I could have done. I can't force her on it. I mean,
better than what? You was expecting what? What were you expecting?
What I was expecting was, I was expecting that she would do something better, but she didn't. Like, for example, maybe she would say, or maybe offer you a back massage, or, hey, maybe I should treat you out, going out to a nice dinner on me, or maybe I'll cook you for dinner or something like that. I don't know. Because I can't read her mind.
Was she doing back massages and dinner before you gave her the piece of jewelry? Was she doing that before?
No, she wasn't. We just met, and me and her were doing good, up to that point when I gave her that $500 ring. She just wanted to be pampered. That's all she wanted.
And they got some females that's on that. But bottom line, he was young, like you said. He was sucker for love.
Exactly.
And it just happens. Exactly. It happens to a lot of us guys. We go through that. We learn our lesson.
And, hey, it happens to girls too. Because I've seen, like I said already, there's girls that will give it all to a guy that she just met, and then she'll get mad when he's running off with the next girl. Because some people feel like, why are you giving me all this when I haven't even really done anything to deserve it? Now, if that person was there for you, if they were doing the same thing, and like I said, it doesn't have to be money. If they were there for you when you, like, let's say your mom died and you needed someone to talk to, and they were always there for you, or you were having problems at work and they would always listen to your problems, or they would come and cook for you, or they would just do simple things to let you know they cared, then that's when there's no problem with giving someone something. But if someone is just hanging out with you and they're not really doing anything to deserve anything, why do you feel like you need to just start opening up your wallet and doing whatever you can to make to do things for people?
Hey, let me add something to that. And I want to add after Miss Gabriella has her thing. The dude in the chat room, to the lady on the line, This guy is saying, relationships are give and take, girl. It can only take. It can't be only about take. That's why there's war and stealing because nobody wants to give. This girl is thinking like a hood rat. What you think about that comment?
That's me.
That's not you. You're not on Ustream.
Say that one more time. I'm sorry. Say it one more time. I didn't catch it.
No, the person basically said, long story short, that the way you're thinking about things is in how your take on relationships is kind of hood radish.
Somebody, really?
Somebody Ustream chat said that.
That is hood radish.
Yeah, I'm just kind of cleaning it up a little bit.
So if you're dating a guy and in 3 months he buys you a $500 piece of jewelry, which is, it's not an engagement ring, it's $500 pieces of jewelry, and if you accept it, that's hood radish. Is that the question?
No, not you accepting it, but what you're at it, the kind of concept be coming across like, well, why you got to give something back? Why can't you just take? Why does it got to be give and take, give and take, give and take? In relationships, it's 100% give and take. Like, like a woman could cook you a meal every day. She could wash your clothes. She could do this. She could do that. But if you don't do nothing back for her in return, guess what's going to end up happening? She gonna leave and go with a guy that's gonna do stuff for her.
Let me do not give and take. Let me say it's why do you have to expect something back? If you're doing it like he said, he did it out the kind of his heart. He liked her. Why did he expect something back?
Well, why
wouldn't he? He gave her that piece of jewelry, and then he said that she didn't give anything in return. That's why he got mad, because she didn't give anything back.
I didn't say bad. Just to clarify, I did not get mad. I just got disappointed. There's a difference.
Okay, why did you get disappointed? Because you gave her some monetary stuff, and she didn't give anything back.
Because she didn't show no appreciation.
Thank you.
It's like if you give somebody something and they just take it from you, they'll show no appreciation at all. Like, dog, like I couldn't even take a hamburger from you and I'd be like, oh shoot, this hamburger good. And then I don't think about, you know what, next week I'm gonna treat her out to McDonald's.
McDonald's?
Yeah, I'm gonna take her to see Ronald. You know what I'm saying? That Ronald beat you up, you know? So you got to watch it on YouTube, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I could just do that. Or somebody just treating you all the time. Like, it don't even have to be that dating situation. What if it's a coworker and always treating you out to lunch? Like, man, nah, I treat you out, man. I got it like that. I got extra money, whatever. And they always treating you out or paying for a meal or whatever. You gonna just take from that person all that time and not ever treat them back?
No, we're talking about food, but he's talking about something that costs $500. I just don't.
But it's a principle. It's a principle. If it's $500 or it's $5, it doesn't matter about the money. It's a principle I'm getting at. It's a principle. It don't have to be $500. It could be $10.
Yeah.
It's just a
So
principle.
what do you think the bottom line is? Okay, so you think that he should not have given her anything?
Not at that price, no, because $500 for my opinion. He should not gave her that $500 necklace unless they were in a serious, committed relationship, period.
Yeah. And that was on my fault.
And they wasn't there yet. They wasn't there yet to go that far.
Is there such thing as a serious, committed relationship?
Yeah, it's a thing called a serious, committed relationship.
Yes, there is. I've known plenty of people that get married at a young age. Everybody matures differently, and everybody has different views. I've seen people that get married in their early 20s. It just depends on where you're at. Some people.
Does it last?
Look,
I don't know.
Look, let me tell you something.
There's people that get married when they're 18 and they stay married until they die. So everybody's case is different because, like, some people say, oh, you should wait until you're 30 to get married. But some people, they want to get with somebody when they're younger. It just depends on, I mean, every single situation is different. I've known people that, like, someone said that she had met the person that they're married to. They met, I'm getting all messed up. But basically, she met this person. They fell in love. They actually moved in the same day that they met, and they got married a couple years later. So, I mean, hey, every case is different. Some people say, oh, that doesn't work. That doesn't happen. But every single case is different. So what works for one might not work for somebody else. I personally don't want to wait until I'm in my 30s to get married. I want to get married before 30. So everybody is different.
And let me go back to that necklace. If this man was in a relationship with her, let's say a year, and I mean they just doing good, you know, it's a 1 year anniversary, you know, I mean they serious, I mean they don't cheat on each other, they just loving each other, and he want to give her a $500 necklace after about a year of being together, I wouldn't say nothing about it, because he been with her for a year already. He know who she is by now, but after 3 months, no.
Mhm.
That's just my opinion on it.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this: 44 in 3 months, and someone gives you $500. Do you have the same opinion?
I don't care what your age is. It's about your intention.
Or you could be 84. I wouldn't give if somebody was
It's your
even
intention.
my friend. If someone was just my friend and they asked me for, they say, hey, hey girl, my check didn't come and it's coming next week. Can you spot me $500 this week? If I've only known them for 3 months, I would say no. I'm sorry, I can't help you. And it has nothing to do with anything. It's just I don't really feel like I know that person yet. I don't know what the purpose of. I don't know what their intentions are. I don't know if they're going to take money and run. I don't know if they're going to be expecting that money all the time. You never really know. You don't truly know someone until they let their guard down. And people generally don't let their guard down until 6 months to a year. That's when their true colors come out.
Exactly.
Is the guy from Houston still on the line? Can you ask him, looking back, does he see why he should not have given her the $500?
Looking back on it now, I found regret. I mean, I learned just to learn to move on. I mean, yes, it was a mistake on my part. I mean, we all go through that. And for me, it was one of those times where I was making good money, and, I was just, doing the kindness of my heart. That's all it was. Nothing else, nothing more.
And see,
now,
he a man about the situation. He understood what happened.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. He moved on.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing to think about. It's money. He work. He make money every day.
Thank you.
Nothing to think about.
I'm not saying what you did were bad. I think that it was nice. I think that you thought that it was something else, and maybe something happened before you gave her the $500. I don't think you guys were just on the phone chit-chatting. I think you guys were a little closer, and you felt like you could give her that. Now, when she didn't give you anything back, what you wanted her to give back, that's when it became a problem.
Well, she didn't get nothing back to me, and that kind of hurt. In a way, it kind of hurt me emotionally, physically, and kind of emotionally. But I just say, looking at this, every way the wind blows, and just learn to move on. That's all there is to it.
That's right.
So, I made up my mistakes, and there ain't nothing shame about like that. I just learn from it, we move on, and we get better at it. That's all there is
Let
to
me
it.
ask you this. Would you ever do it again?
What? Say that again?
Would you ever do it again?
No.
Would you ever do it again? No?
No, I would not. And now, unless I learned my lesson is this. I learned to take my stuff with a woman. Now, I would say I give myself probably a year or two before I get really close to the woman, instead of 3 months, because that's just a mistake on my part. So I say I wait maybe a year or two, see how things go. So that's just me, though.
There you go. And what they said, guys, I'm gonna have to go ahead and put you guys on mute because I got some other callers that want to get in. But appreciate you guys for this dialogue.
Thank you. Nice talking to you guys.
All right, thank you. Put you back on mute. All right, Miss Gabrielle, let's see what we got here. Area code 813, you on the show.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. I've been following you for about a year and a half.
Awesome. First time calling in?
My name is, I'm sorry?
First time calling in?
Yeah, first time, man.
Man, what you been waiting on? We been missing you over here. You ain't called nobody.
My name is Michael.
All right,
I've been
Michael.
following you for about a year and a half.
Okay.
And I emailed you for a while and said we need to talk or whatever. You know why I like you? Because we don't agree all the time. That's why I like you.
Hold on,
Moving
Michael.
on.
Wait, Michael. You from Florida?
No, that's true. Yes, I am Tampa.
Okay, I know who you are. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. the reason I like you is because we don't agree all the time, probably 90% of the time. But the young lady that I guess is on hold right now is very interesting. You know, she's busting this man's balls or, you know, giving him a grief for giving it, but not on the woman's half, just taking the crap. If this woman had no feelings for this man, why would she take $500, whatever this jewelry was? You know, what is it with women? And they're just so damn obsessed about what a man can give to them. You know, she was also talking about, she said something to the fact of, hey, if my check didn't come in, you know, would I ask him for money? Let me explain something. I work, okay? I know my check comes in every 2 weeks. So I hate to say this, but it's kind of hood rat mentality. My check. Yeah, your check's going to come in if you work. You know, get a damn job. You know, this is the thing I'm fighting with my ex-wife that doesn't work. But, you know, it's just a one-way street with these women. They want men to go wine and dine and spend all this damn money on them, you know.
That's the quickest way to make a man your enemy is you're playing for his money, and then you just playing games.
Exactly. That's why I said it needs to be give and take. Because if you are, because I have people in my life that I would have no problem with giving them $300 because I know that they might not pay me back today. They might not pay me back tomorrow, but I know that if I need the same $300 back, I'm going to get it because they're there for me. But it's not always take, because if you're always taking, you're not going to have any successful relationship. Who wants to deal with that? Nobody has an ATM.
I agree with you 100%. You're going to borrow money or whatever from people you trust and you know. But you've got to say something about this woman that just takes it. I'm not saying that guy is not in the wrong. I think he admitted it. But, you know, it's 50-50. I mean, this woman just took this $500 piece of jewelry and, hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, and see what he said about her. He said that she wanted to be pampered. And let me tell you something. I tell any guy, if you start the relationship off tricking, you're going to have to keep tricking. Because she's not going to be satisfied with nothing else but that. And the moment you can't trick with her, she's going to find her another dude to start tricking with. She's going to cut you loose.
Right.
So you don't even establish that with her from the jump. Like, this ain't no trick relationship here. You don't like me for me, you got to go.
Yeah, like I said, this gentleman said he made a mistake, and he admits it, you know, but let's call it what it is. This other woman just took it. So it's bad on both sides. There's two pieces of bad right there. You know, just don't blast out the guy, you know, blast out the woman. And I'm sure there's probably instances where it's reversed. I haven't found it yet. I haven't found some woman that will, you know, take care of me and shit. Not that I want it. But you know what I'm saying?
They have them out there. Matter of fact, I've known guys that get with women because they known to take care of them, let them use their car, let them stay at their house, and they just some old lazy, good-for-nothing bums. And they have them in the house.
No, I'm a man. Yeah, I'm a man. I want to earn my living, take care of, you know, I'm single. I'm not dating anybody right now, but, you know, I'm a traditional man. Is that wrong? Who knows?
Ain't nothing wrong.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer that I don't want to be underneath nobody's skirt. I'm my own man.
No, I know.
After I left my mama, that's the end of that.
I don't want to get up under some woman's skirt and fucking live off her and stuff, you know.
Because when she get pissed off, the first thing she gonna tell you, you ain't no kind of man.
Money,
I pay the rent. I pay the cell phone. I pay the car note. I pay the insurance. You don't do crap. You don't do nothing right. You could halfway have sex right.
Yeah.
You know, there's all kinds of stuff.
Then you're not a man. Then you're not a man anymore.
Yeah, because you're emasculated.
You know? And I agree with you said it. It's give and take in a good relationship. It's nobody saying I did this for you, how much you want to give back to me. It's give and take. And I think anybody listening or whatever will agree. I mean, it's a hard thing to find. And it sounds like you've got a great wife. You talk about her and you love her and everything. You found it. I think there's a lot of people out there, though, that are trying to find it, whatever stage in their life that they're at. It's not easy, man. It's not easy. It's not easy.
Nothing worth having is easy.
No, it's not. I ain't giving up.
They out there, man. I just, you know, you gotta be, you know, like I say, me and my wife met. We was just real upfront what we were looking for, and we didn't really start off on those premise. You know, we were just friends really, and then we got discussing. You know, we had a lot in common, and we discussed what we were looking for, and we looked for the exact same things. So it hit it off. You know, I didn't. You know, we wasn't about game playing. Now, you know, we got married pretty fast, actually. You know, like I say, within a year's time. But
so did I. My wife. I'm divorced, but yeah,
okay.
So did I, and my siblings were the same way, and they're still married. My parents are married 56 years. So I hear you.
Oh, okay, awesome. So let me ask you a question before I move on to the next caller. You say, because I like to hear stuff like this. You say, I watch you. You say, I like that. I agree with you. What's one thing you just don't agree with me with?
Well, no, I can't say one thing because it goes. Let me tell you where it goes into. Trayvon Martin.
Okay.
Wait. Don't do that. Because listen what I'm going to say. After the verdict and after stuff came out about this dude, Zimmerman, I kind of shifted back to your side.
Okay.
You know, there was information that came out. This guy had an argument with his wife. You know, there's all kinds of stuff. You know, and I can't remember other things. Just different
he
things.
He molested his own cousin.
I'm sorry?
He molested.
Yeah.
He molested his own cousin. I put the whole deposition on my channel. Independent
of that, you know, I love listening to your stuff and watch you on Facebook. I almost love the stuff that we don't disagree with because it makes me think. It's easy to follow. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to follow somebody and listen. Oh yeah, I agree. I like when I don't agree with you because it makes me think.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, a lot of people don't agree with me, and that's fine. I have, like, one lady sometimes, she'll tell me in a minute, you know, and if she don't agree with something, she'll tell me why. And sometimes, like, I didn't see it that way. So sometimes, you know, it's good when somebody has a difference of opinion. And, you know, she's always been respectful. You know, been respectful with it. She wouldn't call me, you stupid, ignorant, SOB. No, none of that. You know, because the people doing that to me now, I'm going to put them on so disrespectful YouTube comments. But, you know, if they cool, then yeah, I'm just going to, you know, just listen. I was like, man, you know, it's been times people have left me comments. It's happened about 3 times. I took in videos down. Because I was like, dog, I didn't see it like that. You know, that's how far I take it.
This channel is insane, man. I love it.
Well, I appreciate it.
I've been trying to catch a show. And finally I saw it on Facebook. I'm like, bam, let me find it. One tip. I'm in marketing, okay?
Uh-huh.
Been marketing for almost 30 years.
Awesome.
When I first signed into this channel and everything, it showed me your phone number. But I pressed the button to get it to work first. You need to have your number out there more in the graphics and everything to call in or something. Just saying. I had to search forever for that number. And it might be me. Just saying.
Well, for that call-in number?
Yeah.
Well, every time I put up a post for a show, it lands you straight to the page. And I always put in the post, call in at this number all the time.
Okay, you're right.
It's on Facebook and it's on Twitter, too.
It's on Facebook. It's on Twitter. I'll leave.
You're right. I should come back to Facebook.
I'll link. Let me tell you something. I link. I hashtag. I do everything I know I can, you know, to help me out.
Okay, keep doing more. Keep doing more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna listen, dude.
All right, bro.
I'm glad I finally got to talk to you, man. It's been like a year and a half.
Yeah, man. Shoot, man. Holler at me a little bit more.
Oh, well, it's gonna happen.
All right, bro.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks, man. Bye.
Bye. All right, Ms. Gabriella, we got another call. 919 area code. You on the show?
Hi. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. What's going on?
Doing good. My name is Victor, North Carolina.
All right,
in the Durham area. And I was calling into your show. Actually, I've been watching your show a little bit on YouTube. I've been trying to, expand my knowledge a little bit more. So I've been trying to look into a lot more news programs and, talk shows and, difference of opinions. Because, you don't want to always just stay on one type of opinion. You know what I'm saying? So I brought me to your show, and then I wanted to speak on, I know you guys might want to just, not as much speak on it, but the Elliot Rodgers situation.
Okay.
And I have a kind of an opinion about it and a question in a sense, too. I guess, well, let me go ahead and make my comment on it. I really think that a lot of Americans now, being that this situation has happened and it is another traumatic situation that has, hit us that we've all, didn't expect. As much as I know this is a very horrific thing, and this might be some things people don't want to hear, but I really still think that we need to look into the fact of the people that we're put in charge with them, including parents and doctors and physicians in this situation, because in all honesty, with all these signs that, he could be a very troubled kid, why is it that, no one really established the fact that he needed to be put in a confined area so he wouldn't hurt himself or anyone else? And especially from all his writings and his videos that he said, as troublesome as they very much were, I would really advise a lot of people to try to steer away from the very hot topics that what the media is going from, and that feminism and all these other things, and really just try and be like, well, now it's a situation where gun control may become an issue as well, and all these other things. I really think it's steering away from the very psychological standpoint that the boy was suffering from, that no one's really comprehending. There are people out there in America with these situations, dealing with this, and rather than, okay, well, let's establish some sort of connection to these people in order to help them to avoid situations like this, we go to such topics as, oh, well, the problem with the women, or, the fact that gun control is a situation, or, things of that nature, the hot topics that America loves to hear over the media airways. Really, to be honest with you, I just think that's BS. We're caring less about, the individual as much, and not understanding the dealings that are going around with every American that could be in this same situation. And, that was just my opinion on that, and I was wondering what you see, your viewpoint on that.
Well, my viewpoint is that the mainstream media puts out a lot of propaganda, and they have an agenda. How they report news, how they do news. I don't do it that way. I do it just how I see it. And I just put, my spin on it, just right down the middle much as possible. First of all, when it comes to Elliot Rodger, I don't call him a kid. I call him a grown man. I'm not going to call him a kid, because when Trayvon got killed, they wasn't calling him a kid, and he's a kid, and all this other stuff. I touch on all that, what the media does, because the media creates a lot of division. They push a lot of racist ideology in society. It's not the general public. It's the media. It's not even the Klansmen. It's the media. How they spin things, how they blow things up, and how they influence people to just start repeating everything they're saying. So, there's a lot of things we need to look into with this, but I don't think it's fair to blame mental health on what he done. Because there's plenty of people in America who are diagnosed with mental health diagnosis, and they're not picking up guns doing nothing to nobody. So it's not fair to give him an out. You don't give a gang member an out. So why you don't give him? He did the exact same thing a gang member would do. So in my video about him, I'm talking about him just as much as I would talk about a gang member. He gets no sympathy from me. I give sympathy to the victims, not him. I don't sympathize with killers. Don't.
And on a situation with just gang members, because I was thinking on the same situation that, this is no killing like this is no different than the everyday crimes that we deal with in our streets at all the times. And, down here in Durham, North Carolina, we're considered one of the highest crime cities within the state. So, we deal with gun shootings over here all the time. My neighborhood is getting to a point where, my mother and father can't even walk out on the streets. But on the sense of the fact, I have people, or know people, of course, we all have our associates, not all of us, but some of us down here, we have associates who deal within the streets, and I speak to them, and I sit with them, and honestly, I really more or less don't see them as gang members, but I see them as people trying to reach out and trying to get away from the lifestyle that they've grown into from childhood. Now, I'm a big believer, and I'm sorry to say it, but I'm a big believer that what we learn from childhood grows us into what we are going to become in adulthood. So who you are, who I am, who anyone is at this current moment has been going through the entire experiences since their childhood has been. Now,
I don't know why you apologize. I don't know why you was apologizing. Basically, what you were saying is something you just reworded it different. But is what the Bible talks about. Train up a child in the way it should go. When he get old, he won't depart from it. So if you train up a child in thugging, you train up a child in drug dealing, you train up a child in broken homes and dysfunctional relationships, they probably won't depart from that. But you train them up in good household, work ethic, chores, pushing excellence in school, then they probably won't depart from that when they get older. So you're right.
And that's exactly what I'm saying with this shooter right now. I mean, his situation had to be dealt with something that went on with the home, some ignorance to his problem, to his cry outs, and he grew up into what he was now. And there was still just as many red alerts as he got older to a situation going to explode. That's what I'm saying, is that this is a problem that the mental health are not catching. And I really feel it's a lack of actual care from individuals who are in charge of today's youth, or onward up towards to the people who are mentally challenged or suffering from some sort of psychological thing. I don't believe that people are showing that much care, and we're pushing off the blame on the individual once they've committed some horrific thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but you can't blame. It's a plenty of people, whatever his conditions were. If plenty of people have that in this country, and if you get to the point where it's a condition and he can't help himself, then what? So they're going to start mass committing people because they fear they're going to go out and start shooting? Then that would be a problem. Because that's why I don't like to push. What?
Well, see, and you know what? And it's just the fantasy world that we would always be living in if we could have capable individuals who wouldn't be pushed to that point to go stir crazy and lock us all up for crazy town. But in all honesty, still, if I remember a statement I heard once before, doing nothing still isn't going to solve anything either way. So we have to have some sort of instrument in place to help these people rather than push them off. And then, of course, the biggest thing of all, constantly drugging people, overly drugging people with more and more prescription drugs. That's just a push off on the individual.
I agree with that. All they do is make them a legal dope head. I agree with you on that. They don't treat the problem. That's why I like psychologists, not psychiatrists. Psychologists, actually speak to them and try to help them. Psychiatrists, they give them prescription drugs. And I had a psychologist on my show one time, and he said the more scripts that they write, that's the more money they make. So that's all they want to do is give them medication. Now, this is the thing, too, that's probably going to change on YouTube. I see this coming. Elliot Rodger made a lot of threats on YouTube. And nobody on YouTube, they say his parents got in contact with the police. And the police didn't do nothing. That's going to end up changing YouTube. I already see it happen. They're going to come out with some new policy about that threatening people. And they better, whoever doing the threatening on YouTube, y'all better stop it because they're going to change that policy. I see it coming. Because YouTube's all on the news about him using YouTube to threaten what he was going to do.
Well, they're already doing something with FCC, right, with the whole internet issue, correct?
Well, the FCC is talking about fast tracking the internet where they having tiers of speed. And that's wrong, too. That's why a lot of people are fighting that, but that's a different story. They don't need to be touching the internet. Should leave it alone. I like the way it is. So, but
yeah, and I want to make sure that was pointed out, though, and I definitely don't want to demean anything that he, but I'm a big person on the emotions of other people and the feelings of other people and trying to reach out to them. Down here, trying to reach out to a lot of people who deal in the streets as well, who are trying to get out of that situation, speaking with them, educating them, and trying to get them back into, outreach programs, working training programs, anything that they can really help with. And I think if there was something down there, and I really, not as educated enough in the whole psychological platform, but if there was something down there to help him to really, to have better himself, and of course, no money would have been an object. His father was the man who directed, what was it?
Hunger Games.
One
of the directors, not the main one, but one of the directors on the Hunger Games. So You know, he had money.
So
he had money.
money.
Yeah.
He had money.
Yeah.
So it's a definite situation that there's no excuse that there could have been nothing really done.
No, but
that
they did
plenty
their
of money.
best. If you research it, they did everything they could to help him. So they did their best. It's not.
I mean, well, when you can you really say that after now we've seen our situation, because you know the ship sailed good until it sank. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's one of those things where I really think that, you know, it can't be completely just they did their best. It should have been prevented. Their best is
How
to
can you
prevent
prevent? But seriously, how can you prevent that from happening? You can't.
You know what? I don't know, because I'm not the doctors, but we pay these doctors.
I mean, the doctors can say, okay, the doctors can say,
I mean,
I think he may do something, but the doctor don't. It's not no type of profit or something. He could just know exactly what he's gonna do or whatever at the time he's gonna do it in. The doctors aren't like that. His parents. I mean, you could be your child, and like I said, when the parents saw the threatening, he been threatening stuff over a year. And the first time he made these threats, the parents saw it. He took them down off of YouTube. I read it in a blog today that he posted on bodybuilding.com. I read through the whole thing, but he put them back up, and then he was constantly threatening on YouTube what he was going to do, and then he made that final one, and then that's when he went out and did what he did. So he made a conscious choice. I don't blame mental health on that.
When I look at the situation of a doctor actually reaching out to his patient, his or her patient,
they called the police.
I really don't look at the fact that we
the parents
actually
called the
identify
police.
each patient as no. I know they called the police, but
the police didn't do crap. So you want to blame somebody? Blame the police, because they didn't act when the parents said what he did.
I'm going to the police just because as critical as the police can be, racial profile, all the good numbers to it, you know what I'm saying? You would think they would have already locked them up, but I don't know, okay? But when I was saying with the doctor thing, I know off gate that most doctors are not going to automatically think that somebody is some homicidal killer, but all methods have to be used in order to connect to a person, in order to feel them more comfort. Now, if we're giving people medicine, okay, in order to stabilize them, I believe the same thing can come from human interaction. Now, that stabilizes a person to prevent them from going into these horrific crimes. But see, we can't just limit it to horrific crimes, or I mean, not limit it, well, raise it to horrific crimes, because any acts of violence is nothing that should be done. You see what I'm saying? I believe that the doctors should be educated in a way where they can reach out to their patients to a point where that comfort zone is reached, rather than just writing a prescription, asking routine questions, which I'm sure most doctors do, because they're going straight off of what I would say psychological scripture out of their books in order to identify a person's mood. Now, don't get me wrong, this is what we do, you know what I'm saying, but that's not really helping the situation. You have to have a method, I'm sure, to bounce around with people. Like, as much as it, and I say this in a way where there are different ways that you interact with each individual person. Not every method works the same, okay? Like, if you're down here in North Carolina, you're going to get, because y'all were talking earlier about people smiling in your face and stuff like that, you're going to get people down here in North Carolina smiling in your face. So you're going to be weirded out, okay? I'm going to tell you,
I won't be weirded out. I'm from Texas. That won't weird me out.
It wouldn't weird you out?
No, we do that down here. We speak, we say good morning.
I mean, I'm in North Carolina, too, where there's some areas where people will look at you crazy, but there's some areas where people are very, you know, people have that southern hospitality. But when you go further north, that's kind of a different story. Like, if you're up there... Like, if you're in New York, people just look at you like you're people.
But that's a different personalities of people, and as us as individuals, we deal with those individuals in a certain way, not as that we would deal with our friends or our family or other people that we're close to. So this is the same method that I believe should be passed on within that psychiatry field, because book, as much as it is good, you know, it's good and it's a help and it's centuries of knowledge built upon it, it's still not really getting so much of a connection, because even if you yourself read into those books, it talks as if though we're almost animals. You know what I'm saying? And
Well,
I don't really consider myself so much as an animal, you know what I'm saying, with a certain technique, robotic ways where I know I'm going to be doing certain things because this is a certain type of day type situation. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That lack of connection is missed to a point where people like Scott here, he's going around it, manipulating it, and that's where he gets to a point where he's going stir crazy and doing, God knows, shooting people.
well,
and
you know, like
that's
one
just my
person
opinion
said.
of it.
Hold on, one person said in the chat room because I'm about to move on to the next caller. Somebody holding on.
Okay.
He a sociopath, and when he said it's the truth, I'll take great pleasure in slaughtering you all. I'm sorry, that is a murderous person, and I have no sympathy for him.
Okay.
I ain't trying to rationalize with him. Save that for somebody else who aren't trying to murder somebody who really are trying to get treatment. That's how I look at it. With him, that's the end of it. With him, he hurt a lot of people and killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's my position.
I just think that we really classify people once they've crossed that line, and it's not fair. We want to prevent them to cross that line, and that's exactly why people, I believe, go to push these lines, because no one's really trying to reach out that hand in the Christian way like they're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? God forgives.
Well, how can you help somebody who has an obsession with blonde hair white girls? How you gonna help them with that?
Well, see, first of all, that's not my point. First
But
of
you
all,
saying
that's
about helping
exactly
it.
what I'm going to say.
But
I'm not going to be the one to point out someone's flaws because I'm not one to cast stones. I'm not going to cast stones onto another man. If he has an obsession about something or an addiction to something, that's him. What I'm trying to help the person feel is that you're not alone. There are people out there that can still care for you. You don't have to deal in all these other situations. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to reach out to him, to his heart. I'm not trying to bring up his flaws.
okay, well, with that said, appreciate you joining the show. We got a few minutes to go. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
All right, all ones in your number. You're on the show.
Hello?
Hello, you're on the show.
Oh, I wanted to say, I've been watching the show. I'm in high school, so yeah. But I wanted to talk about Roger. I just don't understand. He was 22 years old, and he was still a virgin, and he was like mad about that. I'll be happy because I don't want to be in that kind of relationship with females and end up getting one of them pregnant or getting like STD. Like I don't understand why he was so mad. Like he
Well,
like
you gotta read his manifesto, and you gotta kind of look more into him to understand what he was coming from. And that's why I tell people, do your research a little bit more into him, the things he said. He was something else. You know what I'm saying? So he was just he was in college, and he felt college is a time period everybody run wild sexually, and he felt that everybody else was getting sex except him, and everybody was getting the blonde hair white girl except him. And, so that's kind of how he kept mentioning. So, you check out his stuff, and you'll hear it from there. I guess we lost his call. His call had dropped. I don't know what happened to it. We'll move on to the next call. Area code 678, you on the show.
Yeah, sorry, my phone had cut off.
Okay.
Also, I wanted to point out one thing. Like, with most of these shootings that's been happening, they always say that they always something like that, and like that's what caused them to do that. But like my brother, he's autistic, but he's like he's the
Can't hear you, bro. Was Gabrielle, you there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got something going on your line, bro. We can't hear you.
What? Hello?
Now I can hear you.
Hello?
We can hear you now.
Yeah, but my grandmother was like on his last video, like she could like see the demon inside of him, and like like that.
You think?
Yeah, I said the same thing. Yeah.
Look in his eyes. You think?
but I don't know why people are always saying it's a mental illness that's making these people do this stuff.
It's a conscious choice, like anybody else. It's a choice, and I'm gonna fight against it every time. It's not fair to people who have mental health diagnosis to say that they are going to start grabbing guns and killing people. That's not fair. That's not right. Just to give him an excuse. That's not right. To generalize the mental health community. It's not right.
No, because that also makes people that are actually suffering from mental illness look bad, because not every single person with a mental illness is gonna sit there and kill people. That's a cop out, in my opinion.
And also another thing is people who actually need treatment not gonna want treatment because they don't want that label.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thanks for talking to me and about that stuff.
Yeah, like I said, I'll be putting my video up on YouTube after the show, which the show will be in about 20 minutes. So, check out my Elliot Roger video. Some people may like it, some people may not, but that's part of what I do. Everybody don't like my videos, so.
Yeah, I've been watching you for a while now, a couple of months. I'm only in high school, so.
Oh, what grade you in?
I'm going to 10th grade now.
Oh boy, you a youngster, boy. You getting the world told to you at an early age. That's pretty good.
Yeah, like I've seen most of your videos, and I agree with everything you say. So.
Yeah, well, like I said. Yeah, well, man, get your grades, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, get your grades.
Yeah, but I also find your Ratchet Video Weeklies funny too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I appreciate that. I just be having fun over there. It's just something different. Just because all this stuff that I do, on that main channel, sometimes can weigh you down just a little bit. So, I'm a Gemini. There's multiple sides to me. I like to have fun. That's me. So, I don't think I can just do one thing. I can do multiple things. So, it is what it is. So I appreciate you watching and everything, and I'm pretty sure you got summer vacation coming up, so enjoy that.
I'm already on vacation, so I mean.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you, bro, for calling in.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right, everybody, got about 18 minutes to go. If you want to chime in real quick before we wrap it up. 347-996-3350 and press the number 1 button, and you can chime on in. Ms. Gabriella, I am getting more stuffed up in my nose. I'm pretty sure y'all can tell. Sorry, y'all, for my voice, but, I'm trying to. See, I didn't do videos Monday because I was worse. I was NyQuiling it up. So I said, I got to start doing videos. Well, no, not Monday, Tuesday. I said, I got to start doing videos. Everybody started hitting me up. Man, where you at? What happened? And you ain't posting a video and all this other stuff. So, man, I said, everybody looking for some news reports. So I said, I'm going to get up off my lazy self and do it, even though I ain't feeling too well.
But that's dedication right there, because I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I'm dedicated. I'm dedicated to y'all. I'm dedicated. I'll do these shows. Now, unless I'm just knocked out with the flu, then, I probably won't do it. But any other time, I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just remember that. So, Ms. Gabrielle, got anything else to add about the rejection?
Yeah. Well, because we kept talking about Elliot Rogers, and I kind of want to just touch on people not being able to deal with rejection. Because I've seen it happen a lot. Like, I've seen people that, and it's not just this guy we've been talking about all night. I'm talking about people, there's been people on YouTube whining and crying about how they don't have any friends, or there's people whining and crying about how they can't find a relationship. And the funny thing about that is a lot of the times it's their fault. It's like, who really wants to hang out with somebody who's running around saying, oh, woe is me, nobody likes me, I don't have any friends, nobody wants to hang out with me, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, Debbie or Donnie Downer.
Yeah, nobody wants to hang out with no Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
Who wants to spend time with somebody who's always whining and crying and belly aching about The reasons why they're like, oh, I'm getting rejected. Nobody wants to hang out with me. I can't get a job. I can't get a girl. I mean, if that's the vibe you're getting off, that's what's going to happen. You have to learn how to be positive. You have to say,
right.
okay, you have to say, hey, maybe I don't have any friends right now, but I'm going to take up a hobby, or I'm going to, I don't know, join community service, or I will start going. If you're a religious person, you can start going to church more, start participating in church activities, and you might make some friends that way. But people, I mean, I don't understand, because from what I've seen, a lot of the times people, I see it on social media all the time. You'll see someone on Facebook all day long, or they'll be on Twitter all day long complaining about how they can't find anybody, but you can't expect someone to want to hang out with you if you never even leave your house.
Yeah, what they say, you got to show yourself friendly to have friends. So, well, let me take this call, Ms. Gabriella. Somebody just hit number 1. Area code 219, you on the show.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I wanted to chime in, like, what Miss Gabrielle was saying, that, like, for advice, it'd be, like, to just focus on the future. Like, I'm a junior in high school, and, like, I've been rejected a couple times, and so the only thing I think about, like, I don't try to hang over it or anything. What I try to think about is that the first, like, my mom always says, the first 24 years of your life, you need to focus on your school and your education. So, and you have plenty of time to have fun later on in life. And what you need to do right now is, like, focus on yourself.
Yep.
And then worry about that, because things will fall into place as you get older.
Yeah, man. Like, trust me, when I was your age versus, I'm saying as I became a grown man, I learned so much and changed a whole lot and stuff like that. And I'm going to tell you something. Some of them same females you see in high school right now, wait till you about 30, 35. And you're going to see them females like, I can't believe I thought she was fine back in the day. Either they gonna look old and busted because they had a messed up life. Some of them gonna really, she may be a cheerleader. Like, what happened to her? That girl ain't no cheerleader looking no more. Or some of them may still look the same. You never know. But like I said, some of these people, you're going to see their lives just turn out totally different. You know what I'm saying? Maybe than yours. That's the wonderful thing about Facebook. But yeah, man, you're right. Focus on your education. You need to be about your money and your career first, then worry about females. That's how I tell any guy.
Yeah.
Women, you can get any day of the
Thank
week.
you for.
Do what?
I was saying thank you for having me on the show.
Oh yeah, man. That's no problem. Appreciate you calling in. All right, Miss Gabriella, we got the youngsters calling in tonight.
I know, it's kind of, but I'm glad that we have people trying to learn some things early. Because I wish that when I was in high school, I had learned some things.
Yeah, I wish they had this kind of stuff. Like all the type of blog talk shows and YouTube, all that stuff. When I was his age, I'd have been into it too, knowing me, Shoot. Yeah, because I like to, hear different type of thoughts and, how we connect now versus, the most you can connect back when I was in high school was a beeper. So,
Man.
Yeah. Well, beepers was a big thing.
I remember those. I never understood how to work those things, but.
Shoot, they always had a way to write with the numbers on the beeper how you can actually text. So yeah, it's awesome. From back in, like I said, I'm turning 35 next month, so yeah,
Yeah, we got the same birthday too, so.
Oh,
that's
okay.
Interesting. You don't tell me you already know that.
Yeah, so then my daughter's birthday is a day after mine, June 7th. So we got 2 birthdays next month.
Guess you're gonna have a combination birthday. I don't know, but
I don't know about all that. Shoot, I'm trying to get ready. I'm gonna get ready for this baby. Shoot, this baby. I gotta buy his last few things to the baby, end of the month, and we'll be straight.
Man. Oh, okay. I'm glad that you brought up the baby because I know of some women that are so tired of being rejected that they'll sit there and they'll go out and get pregnant just so they can have somebody to love them.
Yep. I tell you, get you a dog.
Get you a cat or a fish or
I
something.
ain't want no cat. Get you a dog.
A cat. Look, my cat is awesome. So I mean, hey.
What kind of cat do you have?
A tortoiseshell cat. I mean,
It's a male or a female?
it's a female.
Oh, okay. See, so we got our little dog. She's a King Charles Spaniel, and she's something else. She has bad separation anxiety though.
Mm.
You leave her 15 minutes, and she acting like you left her for 3 days.
That's why I don't like dogs.
Well, it's that particular breed. That breed is like that. They like to be around people. You know.
There's people like that too now.
Yeah, they got people like that, separation anxiety. But it's easier to deal with a dog than a human being like that.
Because there's some people that, like, it could be relationships. I think that usually has to deal with relationships too. There's some females and some men that if you don't text them back right away, if you they might text you, hey, how you doing? You might be asleep or you might be taking a shower or something. You come back out, you check your phone, and you got 27 text messages talking about where are you? I don't love you. You don't love me anymore. Why aren't you texting me back? What's wrong? You got 35 missed calls, 16 voice messages, and you just like, man, I can't have 5 minutes to myself.
Did you hear about that story about a guy a while back? I saw. I just never got a chance to do that video. The girl broke up with the guy, and he called her phone over 110 times, and he got arrested for harassment. How do you do that in a 24-hour period? And that's what he did.
24 hours?
24-hour period. He called her 110 times.
Wow.
I was trying to figure that junk out, like how many calls he did an hour. I was trying to figure out, I was like, man, this dude is crazy.
They've been called. I mean, I was always taught that if they, the max time, it depends on what's going on. But the most I would call somebody is 3 times. And that's in a day. Because if you call more than that, and that person just isn't feeling you.
Let me tell you my method. My method was 1 call, voicemail message, text message. That's it. Because I've contacted you at least 3 different ways, and I'm not doing it no more. If you don't respond, well, don't tell me you didn't get the text. Okay, let's say you didn't get that. You probably got the voicemail. Or you saw the missed call, something. So that's 3 forms of contact for me. I'm not about to sit up there and be blowing your phone up. I can't stand when somebody blow my phone up. But let me get to this 1 call real quick, Miss Gabrielle. We got 9 minutes to go. Area code 585. You on the show?
Hey, what's up? This is actually the first caller that called in.
Okay.
I was just hearing you guys talking about how the one guy called the chick. What was it? 100 and some odd times.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how people have the time for that. I sure don't.
Me either.
You know, I mean, I call someone maybe tops 2 times. If they don't answer, they don't want to talk to me.
Yep, they ain't wasting my time. Shoot, that's wasting my. Well, I can't say minutes. I got to limit it, but back in the day, it used to be minutes. Ain't wasting my minutes, But I'm not gonna do that. I got stuff to do. I ain't been sitting on the phone waiting on you to respond all day.
But that's why you need to have something else going on in your life, so you're not sitting there worrying about somebody. Maybe you have a hobby or you have something that you're working towards, because people that can't handle rejection well are the types of people that have their heart and soul and everything wrapped up into a relationship, or they're wrapped up into a friendship or something. And if that one person doesn't respond to them, they act like they're about to lose their mind, because that's all they have. It's like, if I text somebody and they don't text me back, I'm like, all right, I don't even text anybody more than once, because they got it, There's no way, because I know some people like, oh, I didn't get your text message. Yes, you did. There's no way that you wouldn't get a text message, unless you have really, if you're on AT&T and you have bad service, and there's sometimes that you might not get a text. But for the most part,
you may get it delayed sometime,
But you still gonna get it eventually.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's crazy. But, appreciate you chiming back in, though. We're going to wrap the show up.
All right,
Miss Gabriella. Do your thing.
All right, so if you are in the Raleigh area, if you're I think it's just in Raleigh, but I know that I was told that for some reason the commercial was airing in, I think, Roanoke or something crazy. But if you're in the Triangle area in North Carolina, You can probably, if you catch me, you might catch my commercial on Bravo or VH1. The commercial is for this hair salon that I help promote. It's called the Virgin Hair Shop. I'm actually going to have more information about that on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/user/GIGIAYUMU. And on my YouTube channel, you can find all different types of videos. I do hair reviews, I do real talk videos, or just anything that really comes to my mind. And also, you can, when you go to the channel homepage, all my links to every single social media account that I'm on are on there. So I invite you to check out my like page, check out my Twitter, all those different social media platforms, because that's the best way to get in contact with me.
All right, so make sure you get in contact with Miss Gabriella. Hit her up, like her page, subscribe to her channel, and all that jazz. Watch her commercial and say, "Hey, I know that chick. That's Miss Gabriella on TV."
Mm-hmm.
So, support a sister. Now, thank you everybody for joining the show. We had some good dialogue tonight. Really did. I definitely enjoyed the dialogue about the $500 necklace and the man about, the lady going back and forth. 'Cause she was adamant about that $500. Oh, no. She was adamant. So, shout out, to that exchange and everybody that called in for the first time. Appreciate you. Don't be a stranger. Call in. You ain't got to watch my videos. You can talk to me once a week if you want to. I mean, we ain't no strangers over here. We just some regular people. Ain't nobody special. At least I'm not. I don't know about Miss Gabriella, but
I'm a diva. So.
well, you want to admit that, I guess. But anyway, make sure if your first time hearing the show, whatever, make sure you like the Facebook fan page. That's the best way to find out when we're gonna do a show. The night is gonna be on. The YouTube. Anything I do on YouTube, I post on my website, Facebook, or Twitter. It's the place you want to be. It's Facebook or Twitter.com/theadviseshow. So what I'm going to do after the show ends, I'm going to put up my videos for the day. That's why I didn't want to discuss Elliot Rodger, at least myself, too much, because I didn't want to reveal my video a whole lot, because they're like, what the hell are you going to watch it for? And I mean, you don't want to spoil it. So I'll put my videos up here shortly and, turn on in and try to take care of some other things. So some of y'all guess last week of school for some people, maybe not next week. For some people, last week of school. So I'm pretty sure you guys are like that. Now we're trying to make sure that we bring some good topics. If any of you guys got any topics you want to request, we definitely look into them. You know what I'm saying? Because we definitely want to bring some relevant stuff. We don't want a bunch of ratchetness over here. We're not trying to be ratchet. I mean, we could be ratchet, but we tried not to. Ms. Gabriella, we haven't did a show it's just not a topic. We ain't done a show that's like, man, it is what it is. Say whatever, say
freestyle
whatever.
show? Yeah,
something like that. We haven't done one of those. I thought about that. No, every time we come with a topic.
I mean, we could do a freestyle show, but...
But what, Miss Gabriella?
That's on you. I mean...
you act like I make all the decisions.
Well...
Oh, well, what?
I mean, you be coming up with a topic. Sometimes, you know what? I'm not going to sit there and say that. But sometimes I be coming up with topics, and then you change, and then you be like, oh, that's a cool topic, and then you change the topic to something else. So...
Sometimes, you know what, Miss Gabriella? Sometimes it's just it may be not the right time. So sometimes I may have to go a different route. Or sometimes, what I've been trying to do now with the topics, though? I've been kind of trying to feel what's been going on that week. I've been trying to now look at, hit that kind of wave a little bit. Kind of like how I do on the videos, kind of follow the trends. That way we have more engaging, subjects. So if the hot topic this week is about cheating, okay, and we want to talk about how to raise cats, well, we probably get more people to call if the hot topic is cheating that week. That's just kind of my take, Because for me, the show is about dialoguing with the people. It ain't about really hearing us talk 24/7.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So appreciate everybody, and you guys have a good weekend coming up. Those in the Houston area, stay dry. It's supposed to stop raining until Saturday. don't get your hair wet or whatever and ruin your perm and or your $50 sew in at the Super Weave Express.
90 seconds.
You heard about that place, the $50 sew in Houston?
I mean, they got $50 sew-ins down here. That's where I get my hair done. Hey, don't be saying nothing about the $50 sew-in, okay?
I ain't saying nothing about the $50 sew in. I'm all right. $50 sew in. You can even advertise on the show if you want to. I won't say nothing. I'll be a big supporter of $50 sew in. Shoot.
All right.
All right. So appreciate everybody joining us for the show, and if you mosey on to YouTube here in a few seconds, I'll put everything up. So thank you and have a good night, everyone.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.